Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you?
Shoo, man, I'm gonna tell you what. Woo, doggy.
I feel like we came in ultra hot. First of all, 2 minutes late, but what are you gonna expect? It's six o'clock at this point. You don't rush perfection.
You just don't.
6 o'clock at this point is like it's more of a guideline.
It's a guideline.
Yeah, exactly. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Technically Speaking live show. My name is Greg. To my left, as always.
I have to do this.
You have to do it. Just
the
do
big
it.
body Cadillac.
The big body Cadillac.
Should it be the big? No, that's too much.
Just
it's too
big
weird.
body.
Big body Cadillac.
The one and only.
The one and only. Big
The
body.
one and only.
Look at these curves. You just gotta hug them.
Each week, Scott, a.k.a. Big Body Cadillac, get together. Scott and I guess, get together and talk about the week's latest happenings in tech. That was me stroking out just a little bit. Anything interesting that's happened, topics that kind of capture our imagination, things that we like to fight and argue about. Really,
Debauchery at its finest.
Debauchery at its finest, sort of.
And we've had a day today.
Ooh, buddy, have we had a day?
We literally have not seen each other all day. Greg got here about
been out
7 minutes ago.
Eight,
a little more than that.
8.5. I've been out all day shooting for my video that will come out on Sunday, which will be a surprise to everyone. Yes,
including me,
including you. Yeah.
I
think you.
No, I know.
No, you know what it is, but you don't know what it is.
I don't know. I know what it is about.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything at all about it.
Nothing.
And I have also been filming.
Yeah.
For a video that I'll probably be doing next Sunday.
Interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Well, it's noon lighting.
Yeah.
Noon home lighting. And let me go ahead and just tell you.
Spoiler alert.
I have not electrocuted myself.
Yeah.
I am not an electrician.
No, matter of fact, you don't particularly care to work on electricity.
I do not. I don't like to work on electric, and I do not like to work on water.
No, plumbing is mine. I don't like plumbing. Electricity, I'm okay with.
You give me a toilet, I'll flop a toilet out for you. That sounds weird. That sounds really weird.
It does.
Like,
it definitely does.
I can rubber seal that toilet with the best of them. I'm not a plumber, not like emergency drain and plumbing in Delaware or anything like that. But
oh god,
shameless plug,
super shameless plug. That's
no, I know the owner. Great people.
Yeah,
they're wonderful people. But I'd much rather deal with plumbing than electric, and I don't like dealing with water though. Like it's just.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But we do it all in the name of science, technology,
and YouTube. We really
literally just do it for YouTube. Otherwise, I'm honest. I gotta be honest. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have something like this.
You would have spare time, and I don't think either one of us know what spare time is.
What is that?
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm literally trying to think. Like, what would we do? I legit have...
I wondered, was that last light switch cool? Yes, noon.
Yes.
Yes,
man, let me go ahead and tell you, it is baller. It is expensive. That I will give for sure. That someone's going to say it's so much money, and it is very much an expensive piece of hardware.
Oh, it's so
holy cow! It's cool.
The demo that you showed me is insane.
It's so cool. Wait till you see. Like I don't have it fully done upstairs yet. Only got about 66% of the way done, and it is dope.
I'm not
so
one.
Dope.
I'm not one to think that lighting is really that cool because I just don't. I never thought that I cared that much. But you've showed me a couple of things where I'm like, okay, I want that.
By the way,
I really want that.
This studio,
yeah.
As we sit here today, this studio is fully autonomous in terms of lighting. I can completely power it with my voice.
Yeah,
that's not autonomous, is it? Is it?
It's not autonomous, but
it's not. It's not going to turn itself on and off. Pause.
But the fact that it is voice controlled is pretty sweet. It is. You have fully stepped into home automation, man. You are that guy.
I am that guy, dude. I love everything about Google Home and home automation. I got these things I can turn with my voice. I got all the lights in the ceiling. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smart lights. I have another smart bulb that's just sitting out over there. I haven't done anything with it. I'll probably swap it into one of these, make it a fill light, and automate everything.
Give him a little taste. We had a question about why is noon lighting so cool. Give him just a brief taste.
So So there's a couple things for me that are really specific use cases that drive me crazy. There's some folks in this house that like to turn off the light switch to where I don't have the ability to turn it on with my voice. With Noon Home, it doesn't matter. They can continue to turn the light on and off with the touch or with the switch, and I can still turn it on. But it really has this layered lighting type look. Like I can say, certain points of the day, I want the lighting to go to the max bright, or I can layer it to say, like, I want the dining room to be a little bit brighter, but I want more of a relaxed feel in the kitchen. It's just a lot more that you can do with the lighting to make the space just really pop, to be completely honest.
The layered lighting thing is really cool.
It's the layered lighting that really gives you the ability to say, like, hey, I'm just not feeling it right now. I need to have a little bit more relaxation of the lights. If you have some that are on dimmers, that's fine, but you can control a lot more with having something like the Noon Home unit inside your house. It is dope. Like, it is really dope. And that's just a couple things. There's a lot more to it than that, but I'm really, really excited because I'll have basically the majority of the first floor, where all the lighting really is the most important, completely automated.
Okay, let's do one more question, then we'll get into the first topic. So Lucas wants to know, he has the Nest Thermo. He's got 5 Google Home Minis. Bro.
Amen.
What would you recommend next?
Oh,
that's a good one. That's why I was like, okay, I gotta bring this one up.
So you have 5 Google Home Minis and a Nest. So that means you can ask a ton of questions anywhere in the house, basically.
I have my opinion. I'm interested in yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna also assume, this is assumption, that you probably have Chromecast, so you can also control your television with your voice using your Google Home Minis.
That's a good suggestion.
So my guess is that you probably already have Chromecast, so that you should probably go ahead and get, if you don't, Chromecast. Now you need to start thinking about stepping into the world of lighting and switches, like a Wemo type switch, or maybe some Hue lighting. As a matter of fact, right now, today, not that you need any more Google Home Minis, but I sent you this link. Best Buy right now has the Philips Hue lighting system where you get the bridge and 4 lights and 2 free Google Home Minis for like $177.
That's a crazy
That is a
deal.
really good deal, and I'll tell you why. Because these bulbs that I have right over there, I should just probably go get one. But these bulbs are somewhere between $30 and $50 a pop. So if you do the math, you can see $177 when you get the bridge, 4 bulbs, and 2 Google Home Minis. That's a bomb deal. That is a great deal.
Yeah.
I took everything in my power not to go buy it, and I have no use for it at all. None. Zero.
I mean, my thing is, for the 2 free Google Minis, you could buy those and basically turn around and resell them for fairly cheap if you don't need them.
Yeah.
And then you're paying like $100 for 4 light bulbs that
I mean,
cost you $30
and
anyway.
That's the thing, is like you start to get into, then you can really start to overwhelm.
Dean.
What? Dean!
You're too good to us, man.
Dean,
you are too good to us.
Yes, Dean. Nothing but hearts. No, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, to get back to it, I'd probably go switches and lighting. That would be one of the first things I would do, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you can take 2 of your Google Home Minis and team it up with that lighting system, and then go buy yourself a Google Home Max.
I was going to say, mine is music, so I'm
Google Home Max is bomb.
Yeah, I would go for the Google Home Max next, because then you can basically have, if not the Google Home Max, something that is a Bluetooth-enabled speaker, a really, really quality one, so that way you can basically start doing whole home audio, which is one of my goals, or at least the man cave audio down in the home theater area, all that kind of jazz. That's kind of one of the things that I'm looking for. So yeah, my suggestion. I love your suggestion as far as the lighting goes. I'm a lover of that one.
So because we'll come back to that. Let's go through a couple of things, but the Chromecast, in my opinion, is better than Vizio Cast.
We should make that a topic, because I got some hot takes on that one. I'm irritated with Chromecast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah. I can see that. We'll come back to that one.
So let's jump into kind of a late breaking one that I just saw just before we went live, which is insane to me. The S9.
Look, I had no idea.
So,
like, I've been busy all day. I haven't had a chance to read anything in terms of what's dropped today.
So the Samsung Galaxy S9, one of basically the latest premium tier phone put out by Samsung. Samsung, by the way, who has been swinging and missing hard in the last couple of generations, between
know what you're talking
devices
about.
catching on fire.
That was a
now-
hot take.
Whoo! Now, the Samsung Galaxy S9 apparently is suffering from an issue where some of the phones have this weird dead zone issue on the screen, and it's not even consistent across the regions of the screen. Basically, in short, randomly, the S9 will just completely not pick up any form of touch on different areas of the screen, period. That's a problem. Now, the good news is that it apparently is not a hardware problem. It's not a defect with the screen itself. You apparently can solve this via software, right? Factory reset.
Ugh.
That's a terrible fix.
God, that's an awful fix. That's the best thing they got?
Apparently, also, some people are reporting that if you adjust the sensitivity, if you keep messing with sensitivity, eventually it'll pick those regions back up. But the most effective, everybody says that it works, is factory reset.
Ugh.
That's not good, man. That's not a good way to have to... I mean, better than an RMA,
Well,
I guess.
look, if you were just... I can't believe we didn't have this as a topic that we wanted to talk about. Last Saturday, the fiasco with Made by Google and AT&T.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah, we tweeted about it. It was disastrous.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after the S9. But
Yeah. Actually, that's a good one. We should talk about that.
Samsung, you are known for your panels. Apple comes to you
Yes.
for your panels.
Okay, to be fair, there's a difference between the touch portion of the panel and the actual display.
I
So
get it, but
Samsung is known for the display itself.
But they're making their own panels. You think they're offshoring that?
The touch
The touch part of it?
panel part of it, it's possible because that's a completely different component from the actual display itself.
Ooh.
The only reason I know this very firsthand, I had a Nexus 6 that had a great panel display behind it.
I totally remember this.
I had a Nexus 6, beautiful panel behind it, had a touchscreen issue on the front of it, so I decided I was going to replace it. Now I've replaced a ton of components in smartphones, like soldering, like where you get the soldering iron out and you're like doing some hardcore stuff.
You tore that thing to
I ripped
shreds.
it. The screen on it is literally paper thin. So as I was heating up the glass on the front to separate the screen from the glass itself, I literally ripped the entire screen like it was paper. I mean, and it's done. Unfixable. Completely unfixable.
Well, you could go get a new it's a digitizer, right? You
Yeah,
gotta
the
get a
digitizer
digitizer
stuff, yeah.
and then a screen.
But
You can probably buy that for like a couple nickels.
Couple
A couple shillings.
I think when I looked at it, it was like $150 or something, which was like not worth. I was at that point, just go buy a new phone. So yeah. So digitizer.
What kind of phone? Like a flip phone?
Keep in mind though, that was before. That was when I got the Nexus 6P. After the 6, when I broke the 6, is when I got the 6P and had nothing but problems with that one too. So yeah, it's clearly a digitizer problem with the S9, but the fact that it's a software fix tells me that possibly it's a problem with Samsung OS.
Well,
Granted, it's Android, but it's Samsung's spin on Android.
Well, and my thing is, it almost has to be because they'll tell you, like, boot into safe mode first. So you hold the power button down, long press on the power off to then flip into safe mode. See if you can get the touch screen.
Yeah.
If that is in fact true, it's an app. But the problem is, if it's a Sammy app,
Good luck.
good luck. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
My issue is if it's always a factory reset.
That's
So what's the difference between, like, I pull it out of the box and do it versus I now factory reset it? If it does it again, do I have to do it again?
It's accumulation of software error.
Trash.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying trash, but I am saying at the very least, send it back. Samsung is apparently aware of it. They are saying that it is a problem that affects early Samsung S9 models. Now, how you can possibly tell that, I don't know, other than pure use only. But I tell you what, if I bought an S9, a premium tier device, I bought an S9 and then it starts having that problem.
So there's a lot of folks that actually go out, especially for the like old Nexus devices. They would look at the box and they'll basically study the SKU on it.
Yep.
And they'll figure out that the bad, quote unquote, the early editions have a certain number in the SKU.
Yeah.
So my guess is that will eventually come out and say like this
Avoid
SKUs
this.
before this.
Yeah.
You'll probably have a touchscreen issue, so RMA if you can.
Yeah. definitely.
I would say pay attention to the news for the next couple of weeks. You'll probably see that come out.
If you have an S9. I would love to, anybody in the comment section, if you have an S9, definitely let us know if you come across this problem. I'm very interested in what your experience is with this one. So,
Jason
yeah,
has a S9
I looked to see if he was in there. And
I just sent him a couple Samsung cases. I have 2 Samsung S9 regular size, not the Plus cases, sitting right over there. If somebody in the comments has just the regular S9, comment, and then we'll figure out how to get you some cases. Boom, that was a hot take. That free stuff? Bam.
Yeah.
I think I got it over there.
Dean also brought up the announcement that the original Pixel, OG Pixel, dropped down to $330 USD.
I'm going to tell you what.
That's a heck of a deal, man.
I love the Pixel one. I still have one upstairs.
Yes, you do. Matter of fact, you almost had to go back to the Pixel one.
What you did there, I sees it.
So in the industry, that's what we call a transition. That's
if you're following my Twitter, which you should see it on the screen.
Yeah. You should.
At one point, you'll see it on the screen.
Okay. I was like, I don't
Is it on the screen? No, that's Greg's. Mine will come across.
Yeah.
I had a problem getting text messages.
You sure did.
I was getting no multimedia messages. So, okay, hang on. It's not just it was just multimedia messaging. So, group text, picture messages. That's what I had problems with. I was getting
MMS.
Yes, MMS. I was getting regular SMS from everybody. It didn't matter. If some folks would just go to Allo, it wouldn't be a problem.
The problem is, like, that's a whole other topic of conversation about how much of a mess messaging is on
everywhere.
Android. Well, specifically on Android. Like, at least on the Appleverse, you have iMessage, which is this self-contained, all-in-one app to go through to be able to do all of your messaging, and that is the way that it should be done. And
Agreed.
On Google, you don't have that luxury.
I agree.
So,
but I was trying to get this fixed. I have contacted Google support, and I said, I've tried this. I don't know what it is. I've done the factory reset, safe mode, blah, 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 blah. I went through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sent me a new phone. Still have the issue. Okay, now it's not a phone issue. It's a AT&T wireless issue.
Yeah.
We go into AT&T wireless on Saturday.
And I totally went with him because I was afraid that you were going to
explode.
Yeah, I thought you were going to murder somebody.
Yeah, I was really, really agitated. He tweeted a picture of me basically going like this.
I said Scott has resorted to prayer to try and fix this problem because nobody knows. Nobody understands.
No one knew. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 support. Yep. I didn't even know there was a thing of level 4 support at AT&T. Unaware. No idea. Have you done this? Yep. Have you done this? Yep. Have you done this? Yep. So this guy just randomly posts on Reddit. And
sure did.
It's a known issue with AT&T.
Now, mind you, this is after we've spent days talking to both Google support and AT&T support. You called AT&T support. You went into a store. Then you went into another store.
And then I called Google support.
Yes.
And was given the runaround. Basically, I was told, sorry, there's nothing we can do. You just have to take it. I go, okay, when am I going to find out? You said you're going to contact your engineers. When are you going to tell me what the outcome is?
Yeah.
Whenever they get to it. That's terrible.
That's a terrible response.
Terrible customer service. So then I escalated that to
rapidly
to a supervisor to where Google came out and said it is a known issue.
Yep.
It is on the AT&T side, and it's an issue with them specifically with the Google Pixel 2.
Oh, no. Well, sorry, yes,
the
Pixel 2
and the Pixel
XL.
And the Pixel 2 XL. Specifically just this device, and it comes to find out that inside like settings and network and then going to the wireless, there's this toggle, enhanced 4G LTE. Now, what I'll tell you is this makes the phone calls crystal clear. Amazing, they're great, but you get no MMS messaging. Zero. It is a known issue, and it's AT&T crippling. It's the same thing with iPhones.
Yeah.
They're on in iPhones, and it's not a problem. But it's an issue with them playing nice to each other, so I blame AT&T. AT&T, if you're listening, which you're not, it's your fault. And
you suck.
And I'm this close to going to Verizon, and I don't want to.
I
really, because I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this close.
Yeah. So
T-Mobile.
No. The thing that I thought was the most interesting is, like, we went to the official sources. Like, we went to AT&T, we went to Google.
Yeah.
Had nothing but the runaround from them. 5 minutes on Reddit. 5 minutes tops, and I got the response.
That's the screenshot from Dean was talking about. He said, just like for like a hot
That's
second, he was like, "Who is that?" Hot second.
That's hilarious, Dean. Yeah. I'm glad you caught that. That's hilarious. So apparently Scott is moonlighting as another YouTuber or a product reviewer or something.
Or, what you don't know is I am Silent Bob.
You are indeed, yeah. You get more comments about how you look like
Kevin Smith
than like anybody.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's insane.
I mean, I guess I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
But I don't see it like, that's really uncanny, like how close you are. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't really personally think that I'm that close, but
Yeah.
I'm going to take it because Kevin Smith is awesome.
Hilarious, yeah.
So, whatever.
Okay, so what else you want to do? S9, I feel like we beat the S9 down. I mean,
T-Mobile's not bad. T-Mobile's bad once
terrible, though, man.
Hang on. So, Tech for Your News comes on. He asks, like, what's wrong with T-Mobile?
Yeah.
Inside the city, it is amazing. It is the best service you can get. The best service. It's the fastest, absolutely perfect. Once you exit the city, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, you go to 2G.
No, hang on. I used to work outside of the city. Granted, it was a ways outside of the city, but I went from having like 4G, full coverage, unlimited data, like the works, like awesome connection inside the city. Outside of the city, nothing. Like, not even cell phone service. Nothing.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm too connected.
Yeah.
I gotta turn my lights on and, talk to Google. You gonna bring What?
What? Yeah, whatever. You got anything to say about drones? We haven't done much. With drones lately.
Full disclosure. DJI, if you're listening and you're not, send me a drone.
Yeah.
Make me want a drone. I want to want a drone. I have 2 of your gimbals. I have the DJI Osmo and the DJI Osmo Mobile 2.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
and I love them.
You've had 2 of them. You've had 2 of the Osmo mobiles.
2 of the Osmo Mobile originals. One kind of went and had got another one. But the Osmo Mobile 2, which is a video 3 or 4 weeks from now, one of the 2, is great.
Yeah.
I love it. Send me a drone. Make me want a drone as just a regular Joe Schmo.
As a camera platform for like content creators, I'm interested in it, but I don't think that it fits necessarily with what we're trying to do. As a recreational device, I'm not interested.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Frankly,
that's where I'm like,
they're a little too sensitive. Like, people are a little too sensitive about drones right now to use them as anything other than just a straight up professional camera platform. Yeah. The shots you can get with those are dynamite.
Like that Mavic.
Man,
what's the
Mavic?
The
foldable one?
Yeah. What's the small one?
Yeah, the
Mavic.
Mavic.
Spark.
That
has that like circular.
Yeah.
That's
a
dope,
sweet shot.
Dope shot. So that is really really
cool. If you want to pay for it,
Dean.
Oh, Dean, buddy.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, Dean.
You're
I gotta get you on payroll because that's literally like the next topic.
So let's just
go straight to it.
Facebook has had a real bad week.
Real bad, and it's great for me. It's great for me and the line of business that I'm in.
It's been real bad.
It's good for me for professional and personally having the problem with Facebook. Facebook has a problem. They are in the crapper in terms of a lot of things, and I will tell you this much. Zuckerberg has not made it any better. I think
no. Well, okay, so hit him with the just kind of the rundown of the story as it is right now, in case for whatever reason you happen to live under a rock and have not heard anything about all of the Facebook shenanery.
So, Facebook, here is kind of like the 30-second version. Facebook is allowing and has allowed developers. They say they're not doing it anymore, but they've allowed developers to basically harvest your data. If you're getting something for free, you are the product. That's arguably the reason.
That's a universal truth at this point.
It's not just a Facebook thing. It's an Amazon thing, Google thing, Apple thing. It's all the same. So, but Facebook really messed up when they ran across and partnered with a company called Cambridge Analytica. Oh my God, Atlantics? What?
I mean, they're across the Atlantic.
That wasn't even close.
They're across the Atlantic.
Anyway, that company, they had a developer there that basically embedded an app on Facebook, which was allowed, and then they harvested 50 million users' data. And let me just go ahead and tell you, Facebook has a lot of data.
Yes.
A lot of data. So it's not one of those things, like we're talking about, this has so much data, in my opinion. This is the hottest of hot takes, because I haven't even run this past you. This is borderline way worse than the Experian breach.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
For me, the Experian one was just credit related. But the problem with the Facebook one was the vast information that they were getting about you, because you control what goes on Facebook. So there's a lot of folks that put a lot of really personal stuff out there, and they harvested that. But when they also used this app, when they harvested your information, they harvested all of your friends' information. So even if the friend, even if Greg, here's I'm going to do a little role playing here. Greg, you shouldn't have played that stupid quiz game, because now that we're Facebook friends, you played that stupid quiz game to figure out if you're a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're a Hufflepuff.
Okay.
Now,
first of all, that is hurtful, and
hold
I resent
on.
that,
Excuse me, sir. I am not done yet. Now they harvested my information, even though I have my Facebook account on lockdown.
Yeah, you're welcome. You deserve it for calling me a Hufflepuff.
You are a Hufflepuff. I'm a Slytherin. Boom. Boom. Anyway, so they harvested my information based on the fact that he's a Hufflepuff.
That's an argument I never thought we would have.
I never thought we would ever have that argument either. But anyway, it's 2 weeks in a row for Harry Potter reference.
Oh my God.
That is for my kiddo, though.
Yeah.
She's not watching. She's at a birthday party.
Yeah, well,
some party or somewhere. I don't know.
So the interesting thing about the Facebook thing, though, so it started off as, it was a research project, right? It was supposed to be a psychological profile.
Sure. It was a research project.
But everything that they did was above the board. That's the problem. And to me, that is the real... I've talked a lot about... No. Hang on. I've talked a lot about the reckoning that is happening and will happen, and I am putting my chips in the center of the table. The reckoning is at hand for social media. Social media is going to go through some fundamental changes in the coming years because of things exactly like this. Everything that they did was absolutely allowed by Facebook terms of service at the time.
There is the thing. It was above the board.
Yes.
Per the standard written by Facebook at the time.
And just how they structured their API. Anybody who doesn't know what an API is, basically it's a... if you ever wonder how apps and stuff work in Facebook, there's this kind of programming language that you can write that talks to Facebook. So you could say, hey, things like, which is how this app worked, if you sign up for this quiz and the quiz says, I need permissions to be able to do this, and you just say yes because nobody reads it, in the fine print there says, I'm going to go out and gather information on you and then all of your connections, and it does that via API calls. It basically says, show me a list of all your contacts. Now for every contact in that list, go out and gather data. And the nefarious thing, the real problem I have with that is it used that information to build psychological profiles for all of the users so that it could do micro-targeting for election ads. That's how you had certain ads show up in your Facebook inbox, is because you, according to this psychological profile, you would be susceptible to certain types of targeted ads. Things that were either alarmist or things that represented certain, political beliefs or what have you. That's how you got those ads. And that's not to say at all that the ads were even accurate, because that's the other part of the problem.
There's a whole fake news thing where, I mean, that's difficult. We kind of talked about it before, where fake news is twice as likely to be believed before actual real news. I will say this much: in the last several weeks, several months, quite honestly, there is a tremendous amount of conversation around news and media And just flat out, I don't remember this ever being like this. Personal opinion, I don't ever remember at all the news being this way. But there's places like the Washington Post, the Guardian, which is overseas for our friend, aka Dean in the UK.
Love you, buddy.
The Guardian has come out with some just hot fire, great articles about the problem of the information age that we're in. It's absolutely astonishing what we're dealing with. And I don't know how we're going to get out of it because, again, I am also pushing my chips. But it's center of the table. The reckoning is happening,
and I don't think it's
interesting to watch.
It's not the information though. That's to me, that's the most interesting thing. Where did things start to go wrong? It's when we got into algorithm-driven content, algorithm-driven news, algorithm-driven. Features that show up like, hey, you like this, you might like that. To an extent, that is valuable stuff, but there's a fine line when it goes too far, and Facebook is on the far side of that line.
And I will tell you this much.
Far side.
Greg doesn't know this either, but I'm going to do a live demo right in the next few minutes. Once we get done talking about Facebook, because Facebook is very guilty of this, but Facebook is also the largest social network for a reason. But there is another major company by the tune of YouTube. Yes, we're on that platform.
Yes, we
that's
are.
Also doing this. So there is a former YouTuber, and I'm going to absolutely butcher his name. I'm going to look at you. Do you know how to say that?
Guillermo Chaslot?
Sure, Guillermo Chaslot. He was the guy to build the YouTube algorithm.
Really?
He made it. There is a Guardian.
Is there any chance that he can tell us how it works? Because
he actually great segue. I don't know if you know that you were going to segue.
I did not.
I am going to do
because I was just going to tell everybody, look, you want to talk about some inside information? We're getting murdered on YouTube this year.
Yeah. So
last year we had a good year.
In a second. So you should see on your screen right now something that says 1 billion hours watched daily. I'm going to guess that you probably can see it. So here's the thing about this particular website. It's a website called algotransparency.org. Maybe you can type... Algo, A-L-G-O. You may not be able to put it in there. I don't know. Algotransparency.org. I didn't think so. Hang on. Let me just go ahead and copy this.
Algotransparency.org. There.
So now you're going to see this.
I took that one. Oh, Google. They're clever, man. They're super clever.
What happened?
It wouldn't even let me. I did algotransparency space DOT space ORG.
Ooh.
No. Clever.
I like it.
Very clever.
Here's where I have a problem with Google, right?
Yeah.
So on YouTube, I'm literally doing this on the fly. 1 billion hours watched daily.
Are you sharing this?
Yes, I am sharing the screen.
So on the screen, you should see, hey.
There's a recommendation. There's a YouTube recommendation algorithm that you see over there to the right? Yeah. So how is it possible? How do they figure out what videos are recommended? This person, this Guillermo Chaslot, made this website because he made the YouTube algorithm. And I'm going to show you when you search for something on YouTube, such as, is the earth flat or round? A very, very easy question.
Yeah.
Is the earth flat or round? This is what happens.
Some would say it's not
going
even
to go out there and pull the following information. So the top 100 videos, the best flat earth video, 100% proof the earth is flat. Please debunk this. I dare you. Is 8.6 times more likely to be more recommend. Blah blah blah. 8.6. Oh my God! Why can't I speak? What is wrong with me?
So much. So much.
8.6x more recommended than the average. But my problem is, this is the algorithm talking.
Yeah.
The person asked the question, is the earth flat or round? And now it's being told, here is a bunch of videos to go, this top one. Proof it's earth. Yep. Top 10 reasons people believe that it's flat. Best flat earth evidence, you can't deny this evidence. Bill Nye destroys the Noah's Ark.
But why does that have
know.
anything to do with
flat Earth debunked in 5 minutes? Okay.
So the top 5?
The top 3 are 8.6, 6.6, and 4.9 times more times recommended, and they all talk about why the Earth is flat.
And then you wonder why we have this epidemic of people that think that the Earth is actually flat. Yeah. Because if you go out and you attempt to do research, like I can remember at one point in time saying, "Hey man, you got to do the research," you know, and like you would go out and you would type it into Google and you would get, fairly objective, I guess. Whatever, you would get popular results, and then it's up to you to kind of do the statistical analysis and all that jazz as far as whether or not it's accurate. But for people that aren't either experienced in or willing to do the due diligence on the research, you go to YouTube and you type, "Is the Earth flat?" and then you get a whole bunch of results back about how it's not. You can't really blame people for going, "Well, hang on a minute." You know what I mean? At
Because
least
look,
questioning
it's how many of us, full disclosure, I'll tell you, I don't do this. How many of us go to page 2 of Google search results?
Oh, I do.
Do you?
Oh, I'll go 10 or 15 deep.
What?
Yeah, all the time.
I never go to page 2.
I'm not saying, hang on. I'm not saying that, like, realistically, statistically speaking, I'm probably clicking on something on page 1. You know
I would argue that's more than 9 times out of 10. Easily 9 times out of 10.
90%
of the time?
I would give myself 8.5 times out of 10. Like, I don't do it all the time, but I will regularly, depending on what I'm looking for, I will absolutely go several pages deep. To be fair, a lot of the times that I'm going several pages deep, it's because I'm looking up some weird edge case thing with IT-related programming, blah, 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 whatever. So, in that case, whether or not something is correct is self-evident. If I type it in and it doesn't work, that was not the correct answer, so there's a reason why it's not on the first page. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, that's fair. But when you're researching, for me, when I'm researching something pretty, like, how do I hit a draw with a golf swing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not searching past page 1 on that.
Yeah.
I'm taking the top search results.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Because I need the information as quick as possible to do
the
thing. Like, so if I look, is the Earth flat? Here's how it would go for me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the top search results and I'm going down a rabbit hole. Click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click. That's how it's going to happen.
Yeah. And I would argue that's how most people do it too.
I would argue that's exactly how most people do it. And that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And so we talk about Facebook. Facebook is really, really guilty of this. And now they have a company that's going out and farming the information and specifically feeding you information.
Yeah.
And that's so scary.
Now, here's the problem though. So what we are now advocating for, effectively, what most people would advocate for is like with the flat Earth thing. Mm-hmm. So objectively false claim. It's just not. I don't look. If you're watching this show, I love you to death. I appreciate the fact that you're watching. But if you think the Earth is flat, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You are flat out wrong. However, how do we fight that? On YouTube, on even like Reddit, Facebook, all of these where it's algorithm driven, you basically have to implement a form of censorship. Like if somebody is searching for "is the Earth flat," you have to disavow a certain portion of search results in favor of the truth, which unloads a whole boatload of problems. What is the truth? Is the truth being controlled? You know what I mean? Like you're talking about censorship at that point. That's not going to fly for most people. So
I don't know how to. Here's the issue: the reckoning is happening, and again, I push those chips in
hard.
But boy, I don't know the outcome.
Either. Yeah,
because and this ties into us because a lot of folks have come up and we'll talk about this outside of work or outside of whatever, and someone will say, well, then just put the most popular ones up at the top, and I'm like, you can't do that because then
popular
small YouTubers like this, we would never stand a chance.
Yeah.
Never stand a chance because the majority of people would never go past the top search results. So the people who have massive followings that get millions and thousands and millions of hits, you would never find us. Never find. And we are experiencing something like this right now. We slightly changed and modified how we do content.
Which I'm sure you've noticed. We used to just do pure boring reviews, and we're trying to spice it up. We're trying to make it a little more interesting. We're trying to
make it more fun to watch.
Yeah, more than anything.
more fun to watch,
Yeah.
and with kind of an expanded view out to things, like looking at things like moment lenses, looking at things as like, hey, wireless internet, Wi-Fi mesh networks.
Yeah.
Let's make it as easy as possible.
I do a lot of those.
A lot of those. And that's not a bad thing.
No.
But it's pretty niche.
Yeah.
And so what happens with the niche? We don't get looked at.
Yeah.
The last 8 videos for us, the biggest video was 1,000 views. And that's the last 8. I think it's higher than that. I think it's the last 13 videos that we've done. The greatest number of views that we have is 1,000. Which means we don't get a lot of watch minutes, which guess what? That means, based on YouTube's algorithm, we don't get pushed to the top of the page. And the problem kind of perpetuates on itself. That's what happens. And we are okay with it. We've talked about it before, is we're still going to continue to push the content out and be okay with the small number of views, because it's going to pick up. We are still picking up subscribers. Yep. We're still getting views. It's not like it's just dropped off a cliff, but it's because
it's definitely trending lower.
Oh yeah, because we've changed the way what we're doing and things that the topics that we're covering. It's different, and that's okay. But that also has overarching things.
So you as a viewer, if you ever wonder, like the people whose content you watch on YouTube, if you ever wonder whether or not we notice, not only if you watch, but how much you watch, the answer is unequivocally yes.
We know a lot about we made a fundamental decision as a business, quote unquote a business, because you treat it like a part-time job, right? To be okay with the fact that we're going to have a lesser number of views based on the content that we were creating, because the content that we're creating is pretty niche stuff, like photography with moment lenses cases. They are sweet, and I love them. I love them a lot. Not a lot of people are looking to buy that, because that's not something that's for them. They don't really care about. Which is crazy,
because those are awesome.
They're great.
They make great pictures.
I agree. But again, that mesh wireless networks, making cinematography style video with a phone, that's just not something that the masses really care about. But it's really interesting to us. And I think it's interesting to people who are like us. And again, that's kind of the purpose of why we got involved with YouTube stuff.
And we do what we want. Let's be real.
I mean, we do what we want. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Yeah, Facebook is in trouble, is kind of bringing it back to center. Facebook is in a lot of trouble. I think they lost like $68 billion last week.
And this is going to have far-reaching impacts on every other business.
Yeah, buddy.
Everywhere. It's not just social. It's not just the Googles. I'm going to tell you, it's going to impact everything from insurance.
Yep.
It's going to impact your medical.
Yep.
It's going to impact all of that. So this is something that is a really big thing. I think it's going to be a good thing, but it's going to get bad before it gets good.
For sure. I'm waiting for Mark Zuckerberg. Still has not apologized. He still has not said.
He came out and made a statement.
He made a statement. The words "I'm sorry" or even "Whoops, I screwed up" never appeared anywhere in that statement.
I mean, he kind of danced around it.
But still, like, if you're going to screw up that epically.
I thought his statement was weak.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought it was weak.
It felt like a sorry, not sorry is exactly what it felt like to me. Like, he had to issue an apology, so he said something, but he doesn't, I don't think he cares. I don't think he's truly sorry about it. I don't think he really gets that it's a big deal either.
A coworker of mine, his name's Eric.
Yeah.
I just cracked my knuckles.
That was the loudest knuckle crack I've ever heard.
That was crazy.
That sounded like a shotgun, man.
Coworker Eric, super cool dude, and he was like, "Hey, did you see Zuckerberg's statement?"
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and he was like, that was weak. Like, that was just a weak statement. There was nothing that came out of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He goes, he could come out and say, I don't need to make that money anymore. I'm like, yeah, but you know it's all about him. He's like, yeah, he doesn't care about that. It's all about the money. It's all about the Ched. I get it, but you got $68 billion, man. You have $68 billion. That is what?
He shrugged off $68 billion last week.
No. That's his net worth.
No, I thought they said Facebook lost like 68 billion.
I'm talking about Zuckerberg personally.
Oh, okay.
Personally, Zuckerberg's worth like 68 billion. He's lost more than this now, but
he lost at one point in time. It was like $9 billion.
Yeah,
he
personally $9 billion in a day. In a day.
Oh my God.
In a day. So if you want to put this into perspective of what this is, take your paycheck, look at it, and then cut just 15% off.
Yeah.
And imagine just not getting that.
Yeah.
And that's what he felt.
And what's funny is like 15%. If I lost 15% of my paycheck, that would suck. I wouldn't be happy about it.
Correct.
But it's not like I get that there are people that it would be the end of the world for, and please believe I would be mad about losing even 5% of my paycheck, but 15% wouldn't bankrupt me.
No.
You know what I mean?
And so, like,
and I think for a lot of people, it wouldn't necessarily bankrupt you.
Like, $9 billion is a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
But like you said, Dean, he lost $9 billion last week. That's about 15% of what he was worth.
Which is, and the point is not, we're not bragging about whatever money we make as much as just highlighting the fact that $9 billion to him, he can shrug off. He can just take that to the chest and keep going, and it doesn't.
And the reason is because that data that he still has, it is worth so much money.
Yeah, it is.
If you do not pay for a product, you are the product.
And I think that is going to start to really influence now, especially now. That's going to really influence how people interact with social media in the future. Like, I think this
I have deleted Facebook.
You have?
I have.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Our channel no longer has a presence on Facebook.
Nope.
You know who else no longer has a presence on Facebook? SpaceX and Tesla. So even Elon Musk said, I'm done with Facebook. A fellow billionaire, a fellow entrepreneur, deleted the Facebook accounts for Tesla and SpaceX.
So I'm just going to say this, two things.
Yeah.
One, that means we've done something before Elon Musk. We deleted that page before Elon Musk did that to SpaceX and Tesla.
I'm not going to say that we're visionaries, but
I mean,
hey, credit where credit is due.
Elon, if you're watching,
and you're not,
I'm just going to say I got you.
Yeah.
Let me get one of them P100Ds.
Oh man.
If only. So bad. I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's so expensive. I want a fully boated one. Also, do you know who said you should delete your Facebook? The
Snowden?
No, of course.
Yeah.
But the CEO of WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Why that's really funny? WhatsApp was bought by Facebook for $16 billion, and he was like, nah, dog, you need to get done. #delete Facebook.
That's a huge trending topic right now. Humongous trending topic.
They've all gone all in on WhatsApp.
Yep.
Just going to let you know, Facebook owns WhatsApp.
Yeah. You're not getting out of the umbrella. I mean, I can tell you right now, I am a big believer in VR. I won't buy an Oculus Rift.
You won't?
Oh, absolutely not.
Here's the problem that I have.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Instagram.
Also owned by Facebook.
By Facebook. Owned by Facebook.
I wonder how many people are going to put that together and then decide that maybe they roll back to Snapchat.
Oh, God, Snapchat's so bad.
They rolled back the update, though.
They did?
Yeah.
Like, they officially rolled the update back.
I'm almost positive. Mine looks different.
Okay.
Like,
so it looks less bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
substantially less bad.
My problem is... Yeah. Nope. My problem is... I really like Instagram. So I have actually been Googling... Is Instagram, basically, is the servers for Instagram housed outside of Facebook? And so far, what I've discovered is yes. However,
that doesn't matter in the least, though, is the problem.
I don't care.
Don't take it
away from me. And why you saw me go like this, I just want you all to know. It is 6:51 p.m. for our show.
You gotta call them out, man.
Yes, okay. I almost went with the big word.
Yeah.
Real big. Would have really went with the cooker on that one.
You would have had to take the throne from me because I'm the only person that's cursed.
Stats texted us and was like, hey, you doing a live show tonight? Like we always do, we have a live show. Yeah, of course. Okay, and then later in the day, text like, I'm going to be, you know what? Let me just verbatim read what
Throwing
it was
the man
said.
under the bus. Throwing the man under the bus.
Stats is going to be a few minutes late, and I'll just stop reading the text there. We are 52 minutes into the show. Welcome to the show, Stats.
Hey,
welcome to the show, Stats.
Glad you could join us.
What were you gonna?
I think what he meant to say was, "I'll be there with a few minutes left in the show."
Oh,
I think is what he meant to say.
Well, you guys are never on time, so
Fair.
I didn't know what part of the show I would get here.
So,
But no, what I was going to raise
Fair.
my hand for was, did anybody else see the clapback Rihanna had against Snapchat last week?
That was bad.
And that's why Snap is no bueno right now.
Yeah,
So, look, right now I'm gonna tell you what.
when you have the big names,
social media is a mess right now.
Yeah, it's
Facebook mess.
yeah,
What?
professional.
Facebook
like a professional.
a mess.
Yeah.
Snapchat a mess. Instagram not a mess. Instagram is actually really sweet, owned by Facebook.
Problem.
Yeah. You know what's not a mess? Google Plus.
Do you know why it's not a mess?
Plus.google.com.
Why is it not a mess?
No one goes
Because
to it.
no one uses it.
I use it all the time.
Kind of like MySpace.
I love Google Plus. Hashtag bring Google Plus back.
Hey, I'm totally going to repeat what Stats just said. How you enjoying your MySpace page too?
Hashtag make Google Plus great again.
Do you still have a GeoCities webpage too?
Hashtag Angel Fire.
Oh my God. Oh, man, you want to do the other tragic?
God,
thing
that's
happening?
that is such a bummer though,
Yeah.
dude. It's such a you got to touch on it.
So
because we talk about AI all the time.
we do, and I think this begs an interesting question. So
This is depressing. Warning.
yeah, we're not going to go into the gory details. Don't worry. But an Uber self-driving car killed a lady in Arizona earlier this week.
Don't Google it. Because
Yeah.
almost every website out there, if you haven't seen it, don't Google it because every website has autoplay on their videos.
To say that from the human perspective, to say that this woman appeared out of nowhere,
I mean,
is understatement of the century.
I mean, straight up,
But-
I don't even know if a human eye would have seen her. There's
no way. There's no
Saying
way.
it wouldn't have.
Yeah,
But the thing is the real selling feature behind a lot of these self-driving cars is all the advances in kind of detection, like being able to see what's happening in the environment. A lot of these cars have LiDAR. A lot of them have either infrared or something along, like things that allow you to see even in the dark, right? Like that's one of the advantages, is the increased safety. And this is very clearly a failure of that. Question that I have is, do you think that this has a substantial impact on adoption rate of self-driving cars? I'll give you my hot take. I think it is not even a blip on the radar.
Because I think it's a blip on the radar.
I think if you look at that same day that this lady was killed by an Uber self-driving car, there were statistically like 30 or 50 other human-caused deaths.
I mean,
And this is the first, out of all the self-driving cars, this is the first attributable AI-caused death by vehicle.
I would really want to know. I think it could push back Uber's self-driving a little bit.
I think
But
it will. I think
if from a blip on the radar,
it'll impact everybody, but
it'll impact everybody. But like Uber's going to take 90% of the problem on this one. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Teslas in the what was it, the Waymo,
Waymo, yeah.
the Waymo,
Waymo,
yeah. And Tesla,
yeah,
Huawei, they're never going to feel that. Like, in my opinion, this is Uber going to just take this one straight right to the chest.
I think they will have. I think they will feel it, because I think this is going to make it more difficult, more challenging for them to meet the standards necessary to be able to do public road testing. So it's going to have a governmental impact. You'll have the government step in and say, well, hang on, we have to protect our citizens. LOL. But what Tesla and Waymo and companies like that are going to have to start doing, which is going to be a challenge for your average consumer, is basically send the message out that our self-driving cars work differently. Remember, this is all software. This is all artificial intelligence software. The hardware is, I don't want to say irrelevant, because the hardware kind of dictates how you can see the world from a car perspective, like how the car sees the world. So hardware matters, But the important thing is what the software does with those sensors once it gets the data in. And I think Tesla and Waymo have to send the message of, we're not them. We do things differently. We have different sensors. We have different types of software.
I don't understand how the car didn't see her. Like with
Legit,
all the sensors,
Yeah.
with all the sensors that a car has, I don't understand how a car did not see her.
Yeah.
From a human eye perspective,
Yeah.
I
get it. Oh, totally
I
get it.
But boy, from a software perspective, it has way more sensors.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a human driving that car, I can't put my hands out like this and feel heat that she's out there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like there's no heat sensor in my hands that's going to allow me to do that. Especially, by the way, speeding.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
speeding.
Very much speeding.
Oh,
Very much speeding. The
That's
car
a
was
problem.
going 48.
In a 35?
I'm pretty sure it was a 35.
That's a problem. Now,
And-
that is going to get you got
and
as
the
far
dri-
as the government
and-
goes.
and the-
That's going to be a
The
problem.
driver
Yeah.
was not paying attention. There was very much a driver in the front seat.
Yeah. I saw that part. And the driver's reaction.
Was doing one of these.
But that's the problem.
I get it. I get it, but
you have
still,
to go one way or the other. You either have to go, okay, this is a fully autonomous vehicle. Like, the transition period is going to be a problem for a while because people are going to go, hey, car's got this.
Why was the car allowed to speed?
That's a problem.
The human. It had to be. My guess is it had to be the human.
But so that's still a software problem in my mind because the software has to go, no, dog, I'm not doing that.
I agree with you.
Hard no.
But so something's got to give. Like you're right.
Yeah.
It's either you got to let the car fully take over,
Yeah.
or if you're going to interfere and you're going to breach a protocol, that protocol being the speed limit, then you got to call it off. Like that's it.
Well, and the
If
fact
you
that
break that, you can't drive.
the fact that that's not kind of SOP, like standard operating procedure for like the Uber software stack. The fact that Uber software stack, and again, this is speculation, right? We know that it was speeding. We don't know that basically the human said, "Hey, dial this guy up to 48 in a 35," and that the software said, "Okay, yeah, sure, that seems pretty reasonable." But if the human is going to exercise control, then it needs to be no self-driving. Like the software itself has to say, if I'm going to be in control, I have to do everything under my power. As a brand alone, Uber should have that. If the software is going to be in control, it has to be all or none, like all ultimate safety or no safety. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, super frustrating.
I don't understand. Like that's the car. That's the car.
I mean,
my God.
Yeah, that's not a good win for Uber.
No, I can't see Uber doing it. Okay, so it was okay. No, according to this, it was not speeding. The Volvo XC90 sport utility vehicle, equipped with Uber's sensing technology. Real key words in that sentence, by the way. Uber's sensing technology was going 40 miles an hour in a 45.
Okay. So, not speeding. That's interesting.
Did not slow down.
The video is evident.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
like there was no pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you guarantee that Uber is going over all of the logs in that car with the finest of fine-tooth combs, trying to figure out what happened. And oh man.
Let me make it very clear to Uber. Uber, you are basically a taxi company that crowdsources your taxis.
Yeah.
That is what you are. You are not a technology company to make software to self-drive a car. And this proves it. You used Uber's sensing technology and it failed.
Yeah.
Straight up. Tesla uses similar technology to what SpaceX is using. I'm probably stretching here. They've landed rockets. They've shot a rocket, propelled it into space to Mars, and then landed it back down. I'm going to take Tesla every time.
Oh, I am.
Oh, I'm going to get into an Uber self-driving car. Nope. Right out. Thank you. Nope.
To me, the funny part is, like, Tesla is no stranger to accidents. No stranger to even fatal accidents. But in every case, and I'm sure the cynics out there are like, well, of course they would say this. In every case, it has been human error that has been the contributing factor to the accident.
Every single time.
So, I'm sure that it's only a matter of time. I'm sure that there is going to be another person or the first person killed in a Tesla or even a Google self-driving car. I'm sure that it's going to happen.
The closest Tesla one was the guy that had the top of the car sheared underneath a semi.
Yeah.
That was the closest one. And he was watching, I swear to you, I think that this is the truth.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. I think he was watching Harry Potter in the Tesla.
Yeah. Self-driving cars don't mean you can't pay it, or you don't have to pay attention. I mean,
that's what people think.
Up, yeah. Straight up. So Dean actually has a really interesting comment. He says, Bridget Driscoll, 17th of August, 1896, first person to be killed by a car. London, England.
Really?
Yeah. That's a Wikipedia entry. Then he goes on to say, this lady may or may not already have a Wikipedia page because she's the first person to be killed by an autonomous car. Stats, what do you got?
I'm pretty sure this is true, but it also could be apocryphal. The very first two cars that were ever purchased and driven in Ohio crashed into each other.
That's
really
hilarious.
The first two cars ever purchased and driven in Ohio crashed into each other.
Yeah, take that with a grain of salt.
Welcome to Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it snowing that day?
It doesn't even have to be snowing.
50-50 chance.
It was probably raining for like a hot second, and they're like, I don't know what to do.
And fun story, we are all descended from those two people, because that's how everybody in Ohio drives.
Everybody drives like that.
Everybody.
Yeah, Greg, I was going to say, your car is looking a little rough out there.
Ask my wife. Yeah. What else you got? You want to do anything else?
What else do we got?
I mean, those were the big ones that we had.
I feel like we have to go out on something much more positive.
A positive note.
Do we have a positive note?
I mean,
let's do something positive. Can we come up with a little bit of positivity? We got to get on this positive train. Stats, do you have anything positive?
All aboard the hype train.
I'm positive the Stats was 52 minutes late for this show.
How about you want a foldable iPhone?
No, I don't want a foldable iPhone.
Clamshell iPhone? Flip phone iPhone.
Oh, dope.
Dude.
No.
No?
Why? iFlip.
The iFlip.
Oh, God.
So, apparently, according to analysts, there's a foldable iPhone coming in 2020. That will be interesting.
What's the point?
I mean,
it takes up less space in a hipster's pocket.
Takes up less space, and also the back of your phone is not, well, I guess less prone to be annoyingly scratched, unlike the screen on your phone. So be able to fold it in like the old school clamshell when you have like the kind of the protection, no screen bumps, no pocket dialing. I mean, that seems like a solid one to me.
No. Are you literally just going?
Just
going right straight down news.google.com?
Yeah, just seeing what's there. I did hear about this.
Technology page?
Huawei, yes. Huawei phones have been pulled from AT&T now?
Yeah,
no.
Best Buy.
Best Buy, yeah.
That's a big one.
So, again, if you have a Huawei phone, and I used to, and I don't, if you have a Huawei phone, it's not looking good, man.
No, it's not.
There's a lot, including the government, who is saying, do not buy Huawei phones.
Oh, delete your Facebook.
Yeah, you should delete your Facebook.
Delete your Facebook. Yeah. If you don't have it, great. If you have it, delete it.
Yeah.
You've never had Stats never had Facebook.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Just delete it.
I do enjoy Instagram though, so that's
a problem. Like Instagram is great.
That's going to be.
I don't know what to do with that.
I don't know what
Google.
to do.
Let's start our own.
Talk to
new
me.
Instagram.
We do not have the infrastructure for that.
Look,
you know how much money we would
we
be.
got a stack developer.
You know
we don't.
Do you know how much money you would spend in AWS for that? Oh God, we'd never make a coin.
Strong pass.
I don't want to. I mean, I want to, but I just do not. Have
I just want to put the
your
paycheck.
Bitcoin investments are paying off, right?
I pulled. Look, y'all can laugh all you want. I pulled out a Bitcoin and I made money.
So are you out?
Oh yeah, I'm out.
Of all crypto.
Everything, or you still rippling?
No.
You still in Ripple?
I am still in Ripple, and I'm going to lay that thing down until the last moment. Because I bought in at a substantially higher rate than what it's going. Stats hit me with the Ripple cost right
You're
now.
up to your eyeballs in Ripple, like, loss.
Oh, way above it.
Oh, above the eyeballs.
Oh, way above it. Like, I would say that...
Ripple is currently trading at 63 cents.
Oh, that's fantastic. I bought that for $2 more than what it's currently for. I bought at $2.68 for Ripple. I did not buy in at a good time.
Oh, buddy.
That one hurts my butthole. But that's okay. It'll just pick back up again. I hope.
Sure it will. Sure it will.
Oh,
We all believe. We all believe.
oh God.
All right. Peach, why don't you hit him with your socials there?
At Scott PG on the Twitter machine. For now. God knows. I mean, maybe Twitter's next. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Twitter's been a dumpster fire for a while, so.
It's true. Hang on.
I feel like they're the best out of all of them.
What was hang on, we're almost done, but what was the article that we read where one guy was like, I'm getting off of YouTube and I went to another website?
Oh, yes.
Was that YouTube? Was it YouTube?
Hang on. We
it's
try
of-
real hard to be
It's of
PG.
All right, so this is
So-
definitely not PG. Some would say that this is X
Yes.
of the
It's
triple variety.
right. It
The
is
baseball triple
It's
variety.
you something. You torn, you corn. No, you something.
Right.
Something
that
along
word,
those lines.
That word, and it's like a some would say like a hub.
Yes. Oh no.
Like a hub.
No, I thought it was.
No. It was very much the hub of the
Really?
cornfield.
Interesting. Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm
You
there.
picking up what I'm
with
putting
you.
down?
I thought it was the other one.
Nope.
Okay.
So a person left YouTube because they were demonetized.
Yeah.
And decided to go take all of their content to that adult site, and I'm like,
That's brilliant.
that's a great idea because you can make your own content there.
Yep.
They never specified. True story. They've never specified that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was the same look that I had on my face. Like, that guy is straight up streaming tech stuff on that website.
Yeah.
And I never thought that was possible.
Matter of fact, he has. They did an interview with the guy, and he has a comment where he talks about how it has been net beneficial to his community because everybody on the other website, they're much nicer.
Oh, I
The
bet.
comment section is substantially nicer than what you get on YouTube.
I bet they are.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good on him.
Hey,
Good for you, buddy.
great.
I'd love to see what
idea.
the ROI on that website versus this website.
I bet you there's a lot of clicks on that website. I bet you there's a lot of traffic.
All I'm saying is if it comes out to be a net better ROI for that,
We need to have a conversation.
boy, it's going to be a tough conversation, too. I don't know how
boy,
we're going to
I'm
get
gonna
on
tell
that
you
one.
what.
I mean,
Oh.
because live, let's say, camera shows
Yeah.
are
Right.
already a staple of
Oh,
said website.
absolutely.
Y'all-
I'll go do a live show
y'all
over there. I will
Tune in
not
for the
care.
wrong thing.
I'm going to tell you this much. We'll do our live show over there. We're also thinking about doing a live show on Twitch,
Yeah.
which, by the way, that's way far down the line. I don't even know how
we'll
to
get there.
Twitch.
I do. Teach me how to Dougie.
Anyway, socials. At
Socials,
Scott
yep.
Peachy, at Big Body Cadillac on the Instagram.
All until you delete it.
It'll be a
You
delete.
deleted your Facebook.
God, I love Instagram. God, I love Instagram.
Ethical consumption.
I have a conundrum.
You can find me pretty much only on the tweet machine at Ominous Hominid, or you can find the channel Twitter at The Tech Speaks.
Sure we can.
Check us out on youtube.com/technically speaking, which is where you're watching this right now. Please share it with all of your friends. Force them at gunpoint. No, don't do that. Just
Whoa,
ask them real
bro.
nice to watch our live show and all of our other videos. Hit us up on Twitter. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, whatever, put them in the comment section down below. And that's it for us. We'll see you next week.
This is...